A surprise. It was very difficult. It's a real pleasure to be able to gather so many friends and family together and catch up, seeing how much each is doing, living in Eretz Israel, helping to build up our country. Hopefully, Muriel and myself, in the near future, Mit Hashem, will be able to join you here and be part of this great group of friends we have built up over the years. Each of you is very special to us, and we hope to be able to participate in your simchas in the future. Also, I want to thank Hashem for giving the zchut and the briut to be able to reach this moment, which is very special. It's a milestone, knowing that we have another 60 years to enjoy of what we have built up. At least. Not one day less. The pleasure and naches of being able to see our children all married to good and beautiful partners, building up their own homes with the same Jewish values that each of us were brought up in a different country, different Jewish roots and traditions passed on to us by our parents and grandparents, is limitless. If somebody would have told us that when we were kids, that we and our kids would be living in Israel, that we would have Sabra grandchildren, and that we would have the zchut to be living in the strongest technology and military country in the Middle East, nobody would have believed it. My bar mitzvah was right after the 6-Day War in 1967, which gave the Jews worldwide the biggest positive change, letting us raise our heads with proudness and administration, which we carry till today. How this affected each of our lives, creating changes in our plans, have brought us to this moment is unbelievable. I was able to come to Israel with only 17 years to study engineering and play basketball. I got to know and love Israel, travel all over, discovering beautiful natural reserves it was blessed with, had the opportunity to help as a volunteer in the 73 War, which was a very difficult, life-changing experience for me and all of Israel, but necessary to know that we have to fight for what we have given to us by Hashem. On the other side, I also learned to ski in Hermon on a 1-minute ski slope, which was opened right after the 73 War. We were the first guys on there, and we were told that if we skied the wrong way, we would be shot first, and then they asked questions. So we learned to ski straight forward, and that is exactly the same that we taught our children. Walk straight, ski straight, always follow the right path in life. How do two complete strangers living in two different continents meet, get married, we're blessed with children, grandchildren, and Baruch Hashem, and end up living in Israel is a big miracle. It all started with my parents to move to Brazil to start a new phase in their life. All planned by Hashem, the same way Hashem created the conditions of Yosef to be sold by his brothers, to arrive in Egypt and become the most powerful person in the country in the time. All that happens, even if its first moment looks bad or terrible, is always for the good. Imagine my grandmother's Oma Mashif, on the side of my mother, who lived in New York City, knew a good friend who had an orphanage in Israel since the end of World War II. So happened to know another person who was donating money to her institution, who happened to have, she told us, a nice, cute, well-educated, intelligent, smart daughter. Would it be nice to bring the two children together? She only showed me one photo, and that was it. Hashem also arranged a bris in São Paulo for this lovely young girl to come visit Brazil. And we dated almost every night. Even though she was staying at the end of the world, after Santa Amaro, whoever knows Santa Amaro, a 1-hour drive each way, but we got to know each other. When I took her out to concerts, I was sleeping and she was enjoying herself. From then on, we were writing letters back and forth. I'm sure that most of you guys don't know what is to write a letter, but at that time, that's how we were corresponding. Not an instantaneous or what's up. Again, the skiing that I learned in Hermon came into play. Now do you understand why Hashem made win as the war and capture Har Hermon so I could become a good skier. After a few days with Muriel got sick trying to follow me on the ski slopes up and down as I was going from the morning to night with her. I didn't go for dating. I went for skiing. After a few more dates of dating, few more months of dating in different countries and getting to know Muriel much better, she started to look cuter. Maybe you saw some of her photos when she was 2.2. Valorizing her good qualities, her love, respect for her parents, her love and drive to learn more about religion, her good skiing, tennis, and most important, that we both share the same goals in life, to build up a family in the right path. I asked her to marry me and she accepted on the spot. Wow, what a change in my lifelines. My father-in-law, Zichron Libracha, asked me nicely that if I want to marry his daughter, I'll have to live in Geneva 5 years. Yaakov was 7, I got off for 2 years off. Even though I just started my own business of computers in Brazil with some friends, but I had an opportunity and took it. But it was a chance to live in Europe and travel in Europe and learn another profession and another language. What I really learned was the hospitality and tradition of Sfaradim. For those who don't know, my wife is Sfarad. I was treated like a son by my late father-in-law, Leon Gaon, Zichron Libracha, who taught me many things and gave us everything that I wanted to or needed. A beautiful, loving wife, who in the beginning used to listen to me. Today is another story. Our Leon Zichron Libracha is very much missed at today's Simcha, who always liked to celebrate Simchas in a big way. And we're going to be celebrating his Yortzeit in 10 years in Haifa.
10 days.
10 days. Muriel's mother, Sholi, who couldn't make it here today, was responsible for bringing up Muriel to become what she became today, and to whom I thank her for. Always treating me like today like a son. Her cunning mind and a life experience growing up in Cairo and Sudan, some good and some tough moments, were passed on to Muriel, and that experience we passed on and helped to bring up our children.
Opa.
Muriel always loved to study and learn. Got a degree in psychology, which she was using on me for the last 37 years. She was the only Jewish girl, one of the only Jewish girls in Geneva to get a university degree. And now you understand why I married her. It's because she had degrees. But had she chosen to study medicine, administration, marketing, she would have been successful, as she had and still has a great mind, a great head on her shoulder. Again, Hashem played an important part in our lives by giving us a beautiful, healthy daughter, which we named Rachel Bracha, after Muriel's mother and my grandmother Zichron Libracha, which, as Hashem sees the future, prepared our exit from Geneva 2 years later, because there was no Jewish school in Geneva. We chose to come to Brazil for many reasons, one of them to be the principal, to be near my parents, so that our grandchildren, her grandchildren, could grow up together with them, as my 2 brothers were living in the USA. Muriel learned the language quickly, loved the warmth of the people, loved the help that had around us, but what she loved the most was the small group of friends that we built up, traveling, going out together, bringing up our kids together, and the good quality of life. What was and is beautiful about growing in Brazil is that our friends' parents were friends of our parents. Our kids became our kids' friends. Till today, it's something you can't buy, good friendship. Baruch Hashem, we have 2 more children, Ari and Rosie, which have all brought us a lot of nachas by following all what we have taught them and what they have seen from our parents. One of the principal tasks that we repeated year after year was bringing them to Israel once or twice a year, where we create the love they have for Israel, and each one on his own decided to move to Israel before they got married, before they were bringing up beautiful grandchildren, where they are bringing good children, and to whom Muriel puts in a lot of her time, as much as she can, passing on her life experience. On this happy occasion, I am proud of my wife Muriel, of what a wise and loving person she has become. Something I'm sure rubbed off of me. That 37 years of happy marriage changed in Muriel's personality, her knowledge, her happiness, her views of life, and what she has accomplished as a wife and a mother. She always looks at things on the positive side, on the half full part of the cup. She has built up beautiful friendship with some of her friends, and which we hope to continue even when we're in Israel. She learned to sew crochet, and my kitchen now became a production room for making presents for her friends. She puts in all her love and precision to create something new and give it away to her friends.
That's true.
She loves it when her friends receive and have joy from her presence.
That's true.
But last but not least, Muriel has a unique dome for hearing shiurim from all sources. And she can absorb the content, repeat it back word for word, teaching others, expanding her knowledge, and sharing with all her friends and family. And she will repeat it to anybody who will listen. Even the maid, she'll tell the shiur. This is Muriel 6.0. My wife, my companion, my co-navigator of life, and mother of my kids. May Hashem bless you with another 60 years full of health, happiness, nachas from your children, grandchildren. And may you be zocher to continue to see the fruits of all your hard work. And may we both travel the world together, having lots of fun, absorbing more knowledge, growing up, staying young, and enjoying life to 120.
Thank you.
Huh?